What is going on, Planet Poke? Welcome to this Pokemon Showdown match in the NU tier. My name is StMRyEire, also known as Stu, and I have uploaded a Pokemon Showdown match here previously. It was the RU tier match, where I got a little bit of a Lilligant sweep. Well, today I'm going to be bringing you another sort of sweep, this time with my Whiscash, and looking at his team here, you can see that there is a lot of threats to my team. The main three threats I'd pick out would be StMRyEire, Absol, and Torterra. There's not really much there's not really much I could do to most of his Pokemon, but his Torterra has the potential to take out 4 out of the 6 of my Pokemon with Golurk, Mungus, Whiscash, and Alomomola, all pretty much weak to Torterra in some sense. StMRyEire could be very annoying. He could be running the Substitute and Bulk Up set, which is very common now on StMRyEire, along with Roost, and I believe either Return or Brave Bird is the moves that you should be looking out for if you see a StMRyEire in NU tier. So, yeah, it can get very annoying. Absol would be the other threat just because of its high attack stat and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. So, let's just play the battle and hope everything goes good. Even though I said it's a sweep already, so whatever. Anyway, he leads off Torterra, I lead with Whiscash. I know that is not a good setup, so I go into my Mungus, who can, he just sets up rocks, which is fine. I go, what am I trying to do? He goes into Articuno, I go for the Spore, put that to sleep, pretty much rendering it useless, but now that lets him switch into his StMRyEire. He probably predicted the Spore and let his Articuno get put to sleep because he knows it can't do much. So StMRyEire comes in, and this is where I realize that he is the Substitute Bulk Up set, which is really annoying. So I go for a Sludge Bomb. It doesn't even take out his sub, as he goes for the Bulk Up and starts to bulk up in a sense. So I go for Sludge Bomb. I finally take out his sub. He goes for the Roost and gets his HP back to full as I go for another Sludge Bomb. I know it's probably not a good matchup having my Mungus out here, but it is literally all I could do. So I go for a Bulk Up, or he goes for a Bulk Up. I keep forgetting that it's coming from his perspective for whatever reason, but he goes for Bulk Up again. Now he goes for the Return. It does 81% huge damage. I go for the Sludge Bomb and take him down to about half, but he gets leftovers, so yeah, it's kind of it's not negated, but it's not as much. So he goes for the Substitute as I go for the Sludge Bomb, get a critical hit, and luckily take out that sub. I believe he goes for the Roost on this turn, and oh no, he goes for the Return and takes out my Mungus, which is fine. Even though Mungus is one of my physical walls or defensive walls, it's okay. So I go to my Golurk, go for the Thunder Punch, and I do a decent amount, even though he's bulked up. And he uses Roost, so that's where he gets his HP back, and knowing that I have Thunder Punch, he doesn't want to stay in, and he only has Return to attack me with, so he has to go out into his Torterra on the Thunder Punch, because I'm Choice Scarfed, and that pretty much negates my Thunder Punch. I go out to my Mr. Mime as he goes for the Earthquake, so with the rocks and Earthquake damage, I'm down to 5%. Knowing I can get in a Reflect, at least I do so, and I get taken out by the Earthquake. So I have a Reflect set up as I go into Fluffy, my Kinkino, who is a beast. If you've seen, I have uploaded a battle before, well, on my own channel I've uploaded a battle where this Kinkino just comes in and dominates a guy's team. So anyway, Skill Link allows Tail Slap to hit 5 times, and Earthquakes are not taking me out. If I hit that very first Tail Slap that missed, I would have been able to take out this Torterra, but as you can see here, it doesn't actually take him out on this turn. But if I got the first one, I definitely would have taken it out, no problem. But Earthquake finishes off my Kinkino, so there's my main physical attacker gone, or not my main physical attacker, but my sweeper essentially gone. So he goes into his, I go into my Golurk as he retreats out into his Torkoal. I don't know why, but then I realize I'm going to go for the Fire Punch, so he predicts that and goes to Torkoal. Very good play. And I switch out into my Whiscash, knowing that anything could probably take me out, but he goes for the Yawn, and I kind of predicted that, so I went for the well, I didn't predict that. I couldn't predict that. I go for the Rain Dance on his switch. I knew he would switch. He wouldn't want to stay in with Whiscash. So I'm asleep when I wake up straight away because of hydration. Gets rid of those status inflictions. I then go for a Dragon Dance as he goes for the Psychic. Knowing that I can take another Psychic after this, I'm going to go for another Dragon Dance and boost myself up and prepare for a sweep. So he goes for Psychic. Again, I know I can live it, so I go for a Waterfall, I believe, on this turn and take out that Gardevoir in one hit. So down goes one of his Pokemon. It took me a while. It took me 23 turns, but I got it in eventually. And in comes his Absol. I know he's going to go for the Sucker Punch, so I'm going to go for the Dragon Dance and let myself get some more leftover HP back. So it was a good play on my part there to predict the Sucker Punch. And now that he is pretty much prone, I go for the Earthquake and take out that. He goes into his Torterra next, I believe, or he goes into Articuno, and I decide because it's sleep, I'm getting one free turn, so I go for a Dragon Dance again to get the +3 on speed and attack. And he can't do anything because he's asleep, so I go for a Waterfall, take out that Articuno. I don't know why he would go to Articuno, maybe just to fodder it off, but there's really nothing it could do when it was asleep, and I had 3 Dragon Dance set up. So he goes into Torterra, I go for the Earthquake just to finish that off, didn't have to waste a Waterfall. As he goes into his Braviary next, I know it's not going to outspeed me, I know it's not going to take a Waterfall, so I take that out with a critical hit. And his last Pokemon is Torkoal, and I guess you guys can pretty much assume what happens next, because, you know, Torkoal is not, well, it's super effective on Torkoal, so I take it out with a Waterfall, and that is pretty much it. So yeah, I got lucky, I think, in a sense. There was some misplays by him, a ton of misplays by me, as always. I'm very bad for making some terrible plays, but it buffed out in the end. I got it to work out. So, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you for more shortly enough. Catch you then.